Hey, to all my true crime shining lights. How are y'all today? Today I'm coming to make a video about something that I haven't seen all over the internet. I've seen it, but not like it needs to be. And I do understand this is a trying time and we have all these crimes going on, but this one should get more of a forefront. It should be plastered everywhere. The way this young lady died, and there's a video out on how it happened and what happened to her, is just outrageous. So today I'm going to educate you all, just in case you haven't heard this story. I'm not going to post a video of how it happened because it's gruesome. Y'all can go check that out on YouTube. You can find it. But the beautiful young lady's name is Shanquella Robinson. And I feel like this hasn't gotten the attention that it needed because I'm just going to be blunt, because of the race. Now, I am big on equality and I am big on justice. Of course, everybody knows about the Idaho 4, and I'm not taking nothing away from them because I'm going to cover some stuff on that story too. Some stuff that I've been putting together and working on to bring out as well. But I do also like to bring those out that don't really have a voice, and hardly anybody is speaking on this beautiful lady. Her name is Shanquella Robinson. She died in Mexico a month ago, and her family is still seeking answers. When Shanquella Robinson arrived in Mexico last month to vacation with 6 people that she had known since college, she called her mother and told her that she was heading out to eat. They were going to go eat tacos. And that would be the last time the 25-year-old from Charlotte would ever speak to her parents. A day later, Shanquella Robinson was dead, and videos began circulating online that appeared to show her naked and being beaten by a member of the group she was traveling with, while others in the villa recorded the scene. Again, I'm not posting the videos due to the graphic nature. 1 month on from her death, and after an official autopsy report revealed that she suffered from a broken neck and a severe spinal cord injury, Mexican authorities are seeking the arrest of an American woman who was among the vacationers. Robinson's devastated family wants 2 things: answers and for somebody to take accountability. Even though a month has passed, they still don't know anything about how her daughter died. Her mother, Salamandra Robinson, has been stating she wants justice for her daughter, and so does her father, Bernard Robinson. The nightmare began on October 29th, a day after Salamandra last spoke to her daughter, and the friends called her. Now listen to how messed up this is. The friends called her and they told her that Shanquella had alcohol poisoning and that a doctor was on the way to the villa. Shanquella and the traveling party were staying at Villa Linda 32 in Puerto Los Cabos, which is no longer listed on GaboVillas.com. When Salamandra thinks about the moment, she wonders how all the people that were with Shanquella, none of them were a doctor, held a PhD, not even a nurse, how they all were able to diagnose her with alcohol poisoning. 3 of these friends came to the house after all this happened and sat there in her face and smiled and told her, that her daughter died of alcohol poisoning. And she felt that something wasn't right about that story. It was when her very best friend named Khalil was over there, the last to go around before she got the call from the coroners giving her the result of the autopsy. She had asked them, "Are y'all sure there was not no fight involved? Are you sure my daughter didn't get beat up?" And they all told her no. And they said that the best friend, Khalil, was pacing back and forth. He was sweating, kind of like he was having drug withdrawals. No offense. When she got that call from the coroner's report and they told her that how her daughter had passed away, the best friend told her that he had to leave. He was feeling sick, and they never seen or heard from him again. Now, at the time of this call, Salamandra, which is Shanquilla's mother, repeatedly told them, which they call them the Cabo Six, all of whom Shanquilla had met at Winston-Salem University, to take her to a doctor. But they told her that the villa's manager was coming over with a medic. The mother stated that she wasn't sure if anyone ever arrived because she was never allowed to talk to him. And she kept asking them to let her speak to the doctor when they arrived, but they told her that the doctor was busy with Shanquilla. And then the whole group went silent. When they called Salamandra back, it was to tell her that her daughter had died. Before Shanquilla passed, Shanquilla ran 2 businesses, Exquisite Babies, where she braided children's hair, and the Exquisite Boutique, which sewed clothes. She had a kind heart. She loved life and loved people, her mama said. And social media right now is starting to amplify her story using the hashtag Say Her Name and hashtag Justice for Quilla to raise awareness to this case. Shanquilla's funeral was held in Charlotte on November 19th. Her casket was yellow and pink, which was... Hold on. Sorry about that. I didn't want no noises interrupting. Her casket was yellow and pink, which were her 2 favorite colors, and her family members all wore bright colors. They wore fuchsia suits and dresses, rose-colored shirts, and floral-themed blazers. As mourners lined up to write messages on her coffin, doves were released, and 23-year-old Khadijah Vinson prepared to leave a final tribute to Shanquilla, which is a friend so close she's considered her big sister. Her friend wrote, "Muffin, love you always," which was a nickname that the pair, when they first met in kindergarten, used for each other. This friend did not know the people Shanquilla went to college with and was not part of the vacation. Her dad, Bernard, said all he could do was cry when he received the news of Shanquilla's death. "I've been a wreck ever since," is what he claimed. Bernard said he had suspicions from the beginning. He said something wasn't settling with the information they were giving them. He said Shanquilla was a very respectful and not one to get into a fight. He said his daughter did not like drama. The Monday after Shanquilla died, Bernard called the management of Villa Linda in San Jose del Cabo, where police found her body, according to her autopsy report. It took days for him to find someone who spoke English and who could help him transport his daughter's body back home. Eventually, the father got connected with a woman from the village management team, and he called her his angel. She was the one who first told them the truth. He said that he told her, or she told him, Mr. Robinson, your daughter didn't die of alcohol poisoning. She died of a broken neck. Bernard was scouting a gravesite for Shanquella when he was first made aware of the viral video's existence. He said it hurt him to the heart. He was describing the pain of watching his daughter's alleged final moments. And since their return to the United States, some of those who accompanied Shanquella to Mexico have visited the Robinsons' family home. And that's when what I was telling y'all about what they said to them. They said, these people looked me in the face and told me there was no fighting in Cabo. Salamandra Robinson said, which is her mother, they maintained that Shanquella died of the alcohol poisoning. But when the autopsy from November 4th was released to the family, some of the people from the group, again, at Salamandra's home, she said she turned to them and asked, what did y'all do to my child? A male visitor, which I told you that was supposed to be Shanquella's best friend, one of the three that she vacationed with, broke into a sweat and left immediately. Since then, the group has not returned, and they're on the run. Shanquella's parents didn't have any details of the events that led to her death. The initial police report contains only what the police were told by the 6 people accompanying Shanquella, and those people have avoided speaking to reporters. On November 24th, the Attorney General's Office of Baja California Sur in Mexico said, early investigations of Shanquella's death indicate the incident was a direct attack, not an accident. Deputy Attorney General Antonio Lopez Rodriguez said police believe Robinson's death was the result of one of her travel companions injuring her during the vacation. Mexican officials confirmed that there is an arrest warrant for an American woman allegedly involved in the case, but did not name her in a Facebook post, which I can tell you right now, the aggressor her name was Desjanée Jackson, and that's who the warrant is for. Other members of the group have not been publicly named by officials. Lopez Rodriguez said that as soon as the judge granted the warrant, the Prosecutor General's Office of Mexico and the Mexican Secretary of Foreign Affairs, they will start the extradition process against the suspect. In the United States, the FBI has been investigating the case since October 29th, and they can't give a timeline for ongoing cases, but this case was complicated because there are officials from another country involved. The State Department says it is supporting and monitoring the investigation of Shanquella's death and added that when a U.S. citizen dies in a foreign country, local authorities are responsible for determining the cause of death. There's a whole lot of unanswered questions in my mind about her death, her father stated. And he has hired a lawyer in his quest for the truth. He wants justice for his daughter, and she was his only child. Now, these 6 people, Shanquella, it's been stated, I don't know if this is truth or not, but allegedly, Shanquella paid $10,000 for the whole trip. They were going down there to celebrate Desjanée Jackson's birthday and Shanquella's ex-boyfriend's birthday. And we don't know what arised, but all we know is that someone filmed this fight. And in this video, you can see this young lady naked. She doesn't want to fight back, and you'll hear her say no in the video. And the friend that was filming it said, "Why don't you hit her back, Shanquella? Why don't you hit her back?" Now, my thoughts on this is, I think they were filming it and instigating Shanquella to hit her back so that they can have this be a self-defense case. That's just how I feel about it. That's my opinion. And this death in this case is not a homicide. They called it and ruled it femicide. And that's what is going on right now. They lied to these parents and told them that this baby died of alcohol poisoning, which she didn't. They lied. They kept lying to them the whole entire time. They wouldn't let them talk to anybody to figure out what was going on. And then as this all was going down, when the police came back to look for them, they all fled to a different hotel where they couldn't be found. The maid, from what has been reported, the maid found Shanquella in kind of the same position that you'll see her in the video if you decide to look at it. And she said that when she touched her, she was kind of hard already. And she went looking for the friends to let them know that something was wrong with her. And that's when the friends came back and said, yeah, she's got alcohol poisoning. We're waiting for somebody to come take a look at her. Okay, she was found in the family room. But when the police and all of them got there, she was found, I can't remember what room it is, but she was found dressed at that time. They moved this girl with a broken neck and a broken back. They moved her, got her dressed, and posed her as if that's where she's been at this whole time. She had severe bruising all on her face. This was beyond a beating. They were out for blood. And I honestly feel that they were jealous of this baby because she had everything going on for herself. Then they had the audacity to take this girl's luggage. Now, there has been reports, but I don't know how true it is because the parents don't know if there was money or anything in the suitcase. There has been talks that there has been money that came up missing. And she had over 17,000 pesos, which is a lot of money. And people were trying to figure out why she was carrying all that money. I honestly feel like she got tired of paying for everything up there. And I honestly feel like these 6 people befriended her just because of her money. And they were looking for a handout. And when she was tired of doing it, that's when they went off the deep end. I feel like she didn't even want to be here. I feel like maybe she was distancing herself from these people from the get-go. And this trip was an eye-opener for her. And I felt like when she got back to the United States, that she was just going to stop messing with them altogether. Now I'm going to go into a little bit more about how they ruled her death, or how they ruled it as a femicide. And this femicide is a crime that only 16 countries recognize, despite gender-based violence being a global issue. The United States does not differentiate femicide from homicide. And the death of 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson is officially ruled as femicide. So the autopsy report stated that her death was a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Now I'm going to kind of briefly give you the definition of atlas luxation. This is atlantoaxial, if you want to get all medical with it. Luxation, since you know I've worked in the medical field. It's a condition in which instability or excessive movement is present between the first two vertebrae within the neck. And those two vertebrae, the cervical vertebrae, are C1 and C2. There are a lot of people that are speaking out, especially celebrities. K. Michelle said, for them to beat that girl like that and tell her to fight is just disgusting. Just broke my heart. This is why I put the phone down for days at a time. Tears. Also, too, there's a lot of confusion with the autopsy and the timeline as well. And once you get further into, once y'all start investigating this case more and put more awareness out there, you will understand. Femicide differs from other forms of murder because it is the gender-related killing of a woman only because she is a woman. And this indicates that the root causes of femicide differ from other types of murder and are related to the general position of women in the society, discrimination against women, gender roles, unequal distribution of power between men and women, habitual gender stereotypes, prejudices, and violence against women. There's a lot of, the majority of countries do not differentiate between femicide and homicide. And unfortunately, U.S. is one of those countries. In an effort to curb gender-based violence, activists across the globe, including in Canada and Latin American countries, are pushing governments to recognize femicide as a crime apart from homicide. Female homicide in Mexico can be considered femicide when there is evidence of sexual violence prior to the victim's death, a sentimental, affective, or trusting relationship with the perpetrator, and the victim's body being displayed in public. And this is according to the Vision of Humanity organization website. Now, according to WHO, World Health Organization, most cases of femicide are committed by partners or ex-partners and involved ongoing abuse in the home, threats or intimidation, sexual violence, or situations where women have less power or fewer resources than their partner. And it's been said that it's unclear what exactly prompted the Attorney General in Baja California Sur to investigate Shanquella's death as femicide. Sorry guys, I'm trying to work too. Daniel de la Rosa Anaya, the Attorney General for the state of Baja California Sur, said the fight wasn't a quarrel, but instead a direct aggression. It's about two Americans, the victim and the culprit. And if investigators find that Robinson's death does not fit into the femicide category, it will then be recategorized as a homicide. While femicide is acknowledged in Mexico, the country still struggles with gender-based violence. In 2021, at least 10 women were killed daily. According to Amnesty International in 2021, if you commit a crime of femicide, there's really not that much of a chance for you to get convicted for it. And that's one of the reasons why we see that rates are still very, very high. Beatriz Garcia Nice, the project lead for Wilson Center's initiative on gender-based violence, told CNN. But in Mexico, femicide is anywhere from 20 to 60 years in prison. Shanquilla Robinson, the owner of a hair braiding business called Exquisite Babies, and her family have received more than $396,000 and 31,479 petition signatures worth of support. Which there is a petition. I have to go and get that because I signed it. I need to go get the information to it, and I'll post it down in either the description box or I'll post it down in the comment section. And she really did have a kind heart. She loved life and she loved people. And they said that they knew something was wrong when they told them that she had alcohol poisoning, because Shanquilla didn't drink like that. Shanquilla didn't get messed up like that because she was, she would always wanted to be aware of her surroundings, especially being in a foreign place like she was. Her father still says there's a whole lot of unanswered questions in his mind about her death. And he just wants justice for his only child. And the Mexican prosecutors, they issued an arrest warrant in the connection to her death. And they're currently working on locating Miss Jackson. Who needs friends when you have people like this in your life? This poor woman, this baby, she thought she was around people, her friends. And see, there's also another video too, let me tell y'all, that she made before they went out. She was trying to find everybody to see where they were, see if they were dressed, see if they were ready to go out to eat. And you could see all of them in one room. They were all talking, and then when she came in the room, there was one guy that came out. I couldn't really see his face, and you can't really see his face in the video, but you could see him come out and lead her to where they were. But as soon as he was coming out to find out where she was, so that they can, keep talking, in my opinion. And the minute she got into that room, all of them got quiet. Every last one of them got quiet. This lady, she paid for this trip for her and her friends to go and celebrate their birthday. She wanted to celebrate with them. And she was nice enough to pay for this. And it's sad that people take advantage of your kindness. And the way they have recorded her naked, because her sister said she likes to sleep naked. That's how she likes to sleep. Now you could tell in the condition that she was in, before the fight started, you could tell that this girl was asleep. She was asleep. She was just woke up from her sleep, out of her sleep, for them to come and try to fight her. I don't know what's going on with these people, but I would really like for y'all to please share this video. Get the word out. Let's fight for justice. Let's get some justice. Let's get these people off the streets. I feel like all 5 of them should be locked up. Because you got aiding and abetting. You got gross neglect of a corpse. Fleeing. Evasion. Then you got, I don't know what they're going to classify that as. I don't know. But, I call it abuse, violence, I mean, there's just so many things. And all 6 of them need to be locked up, in my opinion. Well, 5. The ex-boyfriend's went live trying to clear his name, putting it on a Bible, which looked like a composition notebook, stating that he had no parts in it because he came a day late. That's all fine and good. But you can't tell me that you didn't know what they did to her. You can't tell me that you didn't notice the bruises on her, because he even mentions that he's seen bruises and stuff all over her face. And he's stayed in the spotlight, steadily trying to clear his name. It's like, what you working so hard for to clear your name if you ain't doing nothing wrong? Something needs to be done. Hashtag say her name. Hashtag justice for Shanquella Robinson. Please, let's get this story out. It's not getting that much exposure, like I said. This one tops the charts because this one was videoed and uploaded on social media. And the poor baby, they violated her privacy. And there's another charge too, they said, but I can't remember off the top of my dome. Invasion of privacy. It was something else because they recorded it. And I can't remember the charge because it's not a very common charge. Anyway, if I find it, I'll also put it down in the thing. But please, we got to do something. Let's get this story heard. Let's get it out there. Sign the petition. Donate if you can. If you can't donate, that's fine. Share the petition so others can sign it. So we can get this case and all people involved out of here. She didn't deserve this. She didn't do nothing to nobody. She was minding her own business. But I want y'all to please go and do your research. Look at the videos. Go look at the lives. Listen to everything that these people that called her friends are saying. And tell me, and come back and comment on my video. And tell me your thoughts and your opinions. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out to listen. Please, let's make a difference. Let's please get this case more noticed. Let's get it out there so something can be done. What if this was your child? What if your child went to a foreign country and came back in a box? How would you feel? What would you do? What would you want done? What would you want America to do? I can tell by looking at her, pictures of her, that she was a beautiful soul. She cared a lot about children, which is why she had her own hair braiding boutique for children. She cared a lot about kids. But again, thank you all. Let's do the right thing. Peace, love, be safe, blessings. And again, please come back after you go back and watch the videos and the lives and stuff. You'll see them on here on YouTube. And especially watch the video that I told you that was too graphic for me to post on here. And come back and comment and tell me what your opinion. Tell me what you would do, how you would handle it, what you feel. Don't be afraid. Our voices got to get out there. I stand for indigenous and, people of color. I believe in fair rights, equality. She deserves to have her case solved. She deserves to have justice, just like anybody else. So let's help get that for her. Y'all have a great day. Be blessed, as always. Mwah. Thank you for tuning in to Shining Light True Crime. Talk to you later.